Hey guys, this is Michaela from Shine Your Light Brightly 1111. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I just did the full moon reading, and I was picking up on a very intense love connection, and was guided to do some channeled messages here. I pick up actually on masculine as well as feminine energy, so take it please how it resonates, but it is a very, very intense energy. So I don't know who this is for, but Spirit told me, even though it's after 11 p.m. here already, to record a few messages here for you. And I hope it finds whoever needs to hear it. So you might feel like being in the eye of the storm. So very restless, confused, having the feeling that something is in the air and coming, but you don't know what. And because of the restlessness and the confusion, it might even feel as if something bad could happen. But actually what's in the air is something very good. And it's important that you stay in a positive, in a positive energy for yourself. But the very most important message here is, even though it feels like being in chaos at the moment, or if chaos is around you all the time, what brings kind of that restlessness, it's actually the divine weaving your destiny here. That was one of the most important messages. And that you aren't supposed to do anything at the moment but staying positive and taking care of yourself, and especially don't chase anything. Be in that, when we talk about tarot here, in the Empress energy, right? To really be in that very grounded energy, and in that, rest assured that what belongs to you comes to you. So they also point out compassion for yourself especially, but also for everyone involved, but for the people around you, because it's a very intense time at the moment. So many people are kind of going through tower moments, so life-changing events. And that brings up the chaos for many people. But we are talking here about a love connection, again, which is very intense, which goes on for a long time. And where there was a time lately where, there was no communication, there was nothing happening, there was only that intuition, feeling that the other one thinks of you. I hear especially communication through songs, and I've channeled the song, actually, I Knew You Were Waiting. That's by Aretha Franklin and George Michael. So we have here a masculine energy, which is, or at least was, emotionally detached, but is very, I hear the word allured by the feminine energy here. So again, we all have masculine and feminine energies inside of us. Take it all as it resonates. So this masculine energy sees the feminine energy here as his goddess. And it's the dream come true. And he had lately an epiphany. I don't know what happened here to this masculine energy. something happened here that brought up that epiphany. It can be maybe a spiritual awakening or ascension that was triggered here by any kind of event. That can happen through very mundane things in the everyday life, or it was even something life-changing that happened, that brought up this epiphany, that he really saw that he missed out on a huge opportunity with you here and made mistakes. I also hear the word gossip. So I don't know what situation you are in here, but there might have been other people involved. So that you needed to be careful. But this is now a time where it's really important to get clear on what you want from this and to not chase it. It's a time of closing old chapters completely once and for all. And it's not about to forget about what was, take the lessons and the love. I don't know, I hear fragments. I don't know, you might have been through very challenging times. I think that's for the listener here. You might have gone through very challenging times or even kind of traumatic events where you kind of have the feeling that you've lost a part of you. So you can call that back now. It's the time to call back through space and time what got lost. I hear I remember the first day we met like it was yesterday, something like that. I'm not quite sure, it's a bit, but something like that. So for some of you, it was really a very traumatic event, something somewhere in the past that some of you even might have suppressed, pushed aside, not looked at it anymore. But actually there was that soul fragment, so that part of you were really, especially if you didn't feel whole, that might have been the part that's missing. So maybe there is some going within and doing some healing work here, or just look at the situation one more time and make your peace with it somehow. That could help. I also hear that physical pain can come from emotional pain. I mean, in general, we do know that, right? But that maybe that traumatic event is, for example, still, it's 11:11 by the way now, just saw that, that this, when you have that still heavy on your heart somehow, and you have problems with your lungs or with your heart physically, that can be connected. Excuse me, please. I also hear I remember. memories. Don't know what this is about. Something to remember. So maybe this is also connected still to that traumatic event. I don't know what this is for you. It can be something that happened in childhood, or is something that happened in disconnection. But there is something, and I really don't get here that there is still, something that you never looked at or that's completely unhealed. It's just something, maybe a certain trigger, or something triggers you because of that still. So there is something that you just need to be aware why it is. There's maybe something where you are aware of that it is because of that. I hope this makes sense. When I'm channeling, it's sometimes a bit confusing. There's also a lot going on that you, even if you are highly spiritually evolved, there's a lot of mystery going on, things that you can't explain, a lot of synchronicities happening. I hear beyond limits. So really everything you can imagine can happen. So don't really dream big. I also hear the interpretation of certain behaviors might be wrong. So I don't know if this is about the connection or about people around you or about yourself. That can also be connected if it's about yourself, that maybe if someone triggers you in a certain way, that you don't know why, even though you might think you do know why. And that might again be connected to that traumatic event, whatever that is for you. I also hear honor your emotions. So every emotion is there to be felt. It's a reason that it is there. Our emotions are a beautiful guide. When we really listen to it. I see the letter K as well as L. And the number 24 might be significant for someone. I also see a lake house. And actually that reminds me even, I don't know if that is just me now or if that's channeled, but it reminds me there is that movie Lake House. I actually personally like that very much because I'm totally into anything that has to do with time travel. And yeah, Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock in the Lake House. Maybe that movie means something to you. It comes up, or maybe someone has a lake house here. I also see a fireplace in a cabin. I see 54. Well, now it's here going. I see a steering wheel, what can be about a boat, of course, but it can also just mean, a direction that you need to know in which direction you want to go, but without forcing anything. So as we've said at the beginning, it's not about chasing anything right now, and it's not about huge action at the moment. It's more about resting assured that everything is orchestrated in the background by the divine here. And I get the message, if someone is listening here who is the one who would need to take action in this connection, if you think this is really on you, but you were holding back, it's really about having that courage. They show me the stars and even an astronaut. I don't know. With the stars, I wanted to say maybe some of you think they are star seeds. But with the astronaut, I don't know what this is about. It might also be about seeing the bigger picture. Because as an astronaut, right, you can look down on the Earth from really far away. What has to be fascinating, right? I hear it's not too late. And the month of September might be significant. Let me have a sip of my tea here. A lot of messages coming through. They show me a seal. A seal. So I don't know if that could be a spirit animal or if that has any other significance. I actually am not that familiar now with the seal. Maybe you want to look that up, but I tried to here real quick. Seal as the spirit animal symbolizes happiness, adaptability, playfulness, and strength. When seal as your spirit animal walks into your life, it helps you to be independent, imaginative, and a good decision maker. It brings a steady transformation to your life. The seal as a power animal drives you to be true to yourself and be adaptive to the constant changes of life. It reminds you that nothing can stop you and urges to not to be afraid to dive into new waters. Interesting. Cool. So maybe it's even related to my full moon reading that was about huge changes, sudden changes, that brings up anxieties, but huge success around the corner. Even though it was not, it could have been about love. We had the Two of Cups there too, and the Six of Cups, but it was also career related. Yeah, so I really hear you are you're driving yourself crazy when you overthink and so on. So some of you might do that. I hear 10-10. So tens are about completing a cycle, right? The end of a cycle. See a waterfall. I hear yes, whatever that means to you. Maybe think about what you just thought about when I said that. It could be significant. I see someone who's very, very surprised in a good way. So something like, so really in awe. So what? So something might happen that you don't expect. And usually I don't know, it might all come different than you think. Even if you expect the person to make any kind of effort here, or if you are the one making that effort and kind of count with how the reaction will be. It might come differently, but it's really here about a love connection, a soul connection that merges in a way. So again, as I've said, this is about a love connection that goes on for quite some time. And the intensity might have been too much for at least one of you in the past. So that there was a disconnect again, in which way ever that happened. And now is the time where you can merge without losing yourself in each other, if that makes sense. So it might still be intense, but not in that way that someone gets scared to lose himself or herself in the connection. It is now the time to merge. I also hear infinity, to merge without losing oneself in the connection. So being one, but still being individually you. So a really beautiful energy is what I feel here. It's really amazingly beautiful and intense, but I almost don't have words for it here. And they can really feel the love you are sending. Spirit shows me that they feel when you think about them and when you send love, as well as you do. So you can really trust your intuition. You're not going crazy. I think you know that. I mean, a connection like this that goes on for quite some time, you usually do know what this is about. Of course, there are still times of confusion, times of frustration. Yeah, you might communicate through music, telepathically. I hear defensiveness. So they show me actually a black cat that sits with her back to me. So cats usually are about independence. They show me that with the defensiveness. So there was someone who was really afraid of this connection, really overwhelmed emotionally, and turning their back to you. I think that was your person, turning their back to you and being in that defensive mode. But again, there was some kind of epiphany that made them realize, I don't know what it was. But it made them realize that they need to act, that they missed out on you here in the past, and they want it back and they want to make it better. I hear allow things to come, so that's again related to not chasing anything. I hear also not hunting. I see the letter Y as well as N. They show me that saying is on a card I do have from a different deck. It are heart-shaped cards. It says, what is it? What is the wording? Together we will find the missing pieces. That's beautiful. They show me the color gray. I don't know what that means. I don't know if someone has gray eyes or loves the color, so clothing, the color gray, but it can also be about, maybe your person saw everything kind of that black and white, and now they are in that space where black and white merged, where we see things differently. I hear they love your body as well as your soul. I can't really grab the words here. There is something in regards to that. But it's the sense is kind of like, they want you, the whole, everything about you, all of you. Someone could be a doctor here. And they show me a magnifying glass. So someone, we heard the gossip before, so someone can really be here, I don't know, very watched. The song Rewrite the Stars comes through, and Spirit is telling me that it's more like the past. There was always one of you, so even you at some point. So there were times when the timing was never right. So when one of you was open to the connection, the other one wasn't. So it was a bit back and forth. And so one of you always didn't believe that it's possible. Well, I think that's it. I mean, I could sit here. I'm pretty sure that we would get more messages, but I didn't want to make it that long. But I think we got some nice messages here today. And again, it's a very, very beautiful energy. So don't be afraid. There's a beautiful new beginning waiting. And that beautiful merge. And the chaos right now is, there is that saying, I don't know exactly how it's said in English, but that the chaos is just part of that change, right? Change is messy in the middle. Maybe scary at the beginning, messy in the middle, and beautiful when everything is settling then after the storm. So I hope that this message found whoever needed it. I wish you all the very best. And take care. Until next time. Bye-bye.